entrepreneurs. So we went in this masterclass to help you make the right decisions so that you are collecting the right invoices, sending out the right documentations, so that by July 1st, when you are submitting your tax returns, you've done it all adequately and also getting the best and the most benefits. The Australian government, as we know, is absolutely amazing on making many things tax deductible to support the innovation and the development that we have. So in Australia, the more money we make and the more money we spend, the more you'll get back on the tax, because the government sees you as an entrepreneur or as a freelancer that's investing in your personal development, in good equipment, so you can offer good services in Australia. Just a little note. So with the presentation today, so we have built this. So we've got Gabriel, who is an accredited accountant, and the company that he works for has been doing my personal accounting for over 10 years. So super good. We super trust them. But just so you know, we're giving you guys a general recommendation on things according to the law in Australia. But then individually, you guys can book an appointment with Gabriel and his team, and then you can clarify your questions and start organizing. So at the end of today's presentation, we have everyone's email so you guys can contact us. So welcome everyone to the masterclass. I'm going to mute myself and I'm going to pass it on to the leader, the expert, because I'll be learning together with you guys. Gabriel, welcome.
Thank you, Paula. Thank you, everyone. And thank you for you guys giving the opportunity to talk every day today here in this meeting. And it's always a pleasure share my knowledge. So today I'm going to be presenting a masterclass in business. I'm pretty sure that you guys all will have something worthwhile to get it from. So can you pass the next slide, Paula? Thank you. Okay, so the summary of my presentation will be the difference between the TFN and the ABN, the basics for who are starting, get some income in Australia. So all the ABN responsibilities, the focus today will be on the entrepreneur. So we're gonna focus on the ABN, the invoice that you need to provide, what you need to do, responsibilities, what is GST, if you need to register or not. It's very important to know. Some business activity statement. So if your business are doing more than 75,000 per year, you need to do business activity statement. We're gonna tell about the financial year, what is a tax return, when to declare, what is the tax rates in Australia, so how much you're gonna be paying in taxes. It's gonna be talked in the next section, and also the expenses that you can claim. I think is the most important part for everyone, right? Okay, so the first step as a worker in Australia. So in order you to comply with your obligations and as a professional, you need to organize your TFN, register for a tax file number, or an ABN, which is an Australian business number. So the main difference is that you are a small business with an ABN, and the TFN, you are like an employee. I will explain the difference in the next slide. So as I mentioned, the TFN, you are an employee, and an ABN, you are a contractor. So on TFN, you can deduct your payments, the tax will be deducted on your pay slip, and also on the ABN, you will be self-paying your tax. So it is your responsibility to accumulate your taxes and pay by the end of the financial year. So TFN, you do have a work cover that if something happened, if you break something or have some injury, you probably will get covered if you're an employee. But ABN, you don't have that type of cover, but you need to organize with a broker if you need a insurance for your business. So for ABN, you need to have a financial control, all of your income and your expenses. You must have a bank account separated for the business to have control of your invoices, your service, what is coming in, what is going out. The TFN, usually the employer will pay your holidays, your medical leave, but on ABN, you are responsible. So that's why you can make much more money with ABN. TFN have superannuation that your employee pay 10.5% of your income, while ABN, you are responsible to organize your superannuation regarding your personal super contribution. Okay. So my focus today, we do have different types of structures. We have TFN, ABN, partnership, companies, but our focus today here, guys, will be explaining you a bit more of ABN, Australian Business Number. What most of you will identify because you are entrepreneur, you came here to build your own business. So if you are not registered yet, you must to access ABR website, try to register by yourself, or always seek help from us, that we are tax agents, we are specialized and register and also make declarations. So if you are an ABN, you have a contractual relationship. When you apply for an ABN, you are opening a small business to provide services or sales. So it's necessary you open a bank account to have control of all your invoices. So your invoices will be recorded, and it is important you have the description, the destination, and also all the information that they're gonna show in the next slide. Just a second. So this is an example of invoice. You need to provide your document name, your tax invoice, your identity, if it's uh, your address, your ABN number, your date, the type of service that you are providing, if is and the value of each service. So you're gonna sum all of that information, and at the end put you're gonna include GST if you are registered. Why I say that? Because some of the people get confused. Sometimes you need to be registered, sometimes not. So you need to get a professional advice. Don't just register if you're not sure. So the next session, I'm going to explain you what is GST. So GST is good and service tax. So the GST is charged 10% extra of your final price of your service. So, but this money is not your money, it's the government money. So you are just holding the money for the government. So if you charge GST, you need to hold that money until the declaration. You do have one declaration that you're gonna give back to the ATO, the Australian Taxation Office, this 10%. It's only uh, um, it's mandatory for who makes more than 75,000, as I mentioned before. And you do have obligations when you register for GST. And one of the obligations is do a quarterly report. So on the next slide, I'm gonna show you the business activity statement. This is a declaration if you are registered for GST. You need to provide all your income, all your expenses related to that period, and also include any GST if you are registered. So if you are not registered, we jump to the next section. We focus on your tax. So the tax return, you need to declare all the income that you earned during the financial year, all the expenses related, and also if you have some interest in the bank, if you do have some investment, property, and the period for that declaration begin on the 1st of July and goes up to 30th of June of the following year. So if you are doing by yourself, you can through the MyGov, and the declaration will be until 31 of October. But if you do through a tax agent, we can do up to mid of May. So you can always seek professional to guide you and have extended deadline. Okay. So I think most of you are interested to know about the tax rate for individuals. So that's a good news because if you made less than $18,200, you don't pay any taxes. It's tax-free. If you declare your taxes, you need to declare, so you're not going to be charged any amount. So starting from that $18,200, you pay 90 cents for each dollar that you make. And then it goes up to 45,000. So when you achieve $45,000, starting from that, we count every single dollar 32.5%. So each dollar that you earn after 45,000, it's gonna be charge you 32 cents. Okay, and the list goes up to 45%. So that's why we need to analyze that and see if your structure fits here. If it's not better, we go for a company which will pay a fixed rate of 25% only in a company. Okay. So yeah, we arrive on the best part that you guys are expecting. I believe that what expense can I claim on my tax return? I have a lot of questions regarding that on in the office. So most of the people say, can I claim this? Can I claim that? So I'm here now to help you guys organize your finances and have this information ready when you do your tax return, trying to get more from your taxes and don't pay a lot of tax for the government. So one example of the most common expenses, I will tell you very quick and then we'll go through everyone. So it's telephone and internet. I'm pretty sure that everyone uses telephone, internet, laundry and uniform, license and courses related to your position, your work, your activity. So travel and commuting between jobs, material and equipments, home office expenses, donation, accessories, vehicle. If you are an Uber Eats, Uber driver, you can always use your car, your motorcycle to have a deduction on your tax. Also, the fees paid to an accountant, you can be deducting from your tax, and you're not going to be like an expense that just goes on. So on the next section, I'm gonna focus on the most common business related expense, and one of them is your education. So that course that you are doing right now is tax deductible. You can use that to claim on your tax, especially if you use that for your growth, your ability, your skills, your personal development. Okay. So telephone and internet. You do have your personal telephone and internet. Don't need to be registered for the business. It's different thing. You can use your personal, we appropriate a percentage, and then we use this as a tax deduction. Okay. So most of you work from home, organize your expenses, do your invoices. So to to organize all of that, you need a space. So in your home, in your house, you rent a property or a space. You separate a space for your desk, for your table. You need to organize. So the device, also the computer, or even uh, the bills that you pay, electricity, gas, water, internet, all of that is tax deductible. So we just need to appropriate the right percentage. Okay. So let's talk about your vehicle, your car. It's personal. It's not registered for business. It's also tax deductible. You need to organize which method is more efficient. We do have two types of methods. One is cents per kilometer, and another is logbook. So cents per kilometer, you must have a notebook where you organize how many kilometers you are doing for work related purpose. And that cents per kilometer will give you the maximum that you can claim is $3,400. Or you can use the logbook method that you can claim petrol, insurance, you can claim parking, registration, and maintenance. So a lot of things is related to your car expenses, and this is one of the things that give you a lot of deduction on your taxes. So work-related clothes. So most of people ask me, can I claim clothes? Yes, if there is a logo of the company. If there is no logo, only um, protective clothes or something that is high vis, let's say, something that will help you. like protect you from anything that can happen in the. So it's always laundry. Also, we can claim in that section, and yes. So I will jump for tools and material. If you do have more questions, you can always ask me at the end. More than happy to sort it out. So tools and materials, any cost that you have regarding, uh, let's say you are a joinery, you need to buy tools to perform your job. Anything that is related to your income, you can be tax deductible. So we call it cost of sales. It's straightforward impact on your income. So you can deduct all of that, okay? So here we have a different type of business. I will not spend much time on it. Most of you I know that are sole trader, uh, and we do have different structure as I mentioned before. We have company partnership, so the focus today will be not spend so much time trying to understand the different types of structures, but is understand your obligations with the Australian Taxation Office and get everything up to date. And then when you start to grow your business, we do a business consultation where we provide you with a lot of information regarding your business structure. Okay, I open the final for some questions. I'm not too sure if you guys have some question related to my presentation, but we are always here to support, and we will be more than happy to assist you with your tax affairs and with your decisions in the business in the future. Count on us.
Thank you, Gabriel. And guys, this is Gabriel's email address, which we can email to you guys because we got all of your emails. We're also going to send you a copy of the slides if you guys want to, so just message us. And follow us on social media for more events like this. So we've done one recently on LinkedIn because Vincent had asked us to do LinkedIn for entrepreneurs. We're doing this to their account. So let us know how else we can support and keep an eye. This week, we're doing 6 events here in Sydney, Australia. And I know that this one, many people from around the world are logging in. So if you've got any questions, just send us an email and then we will be able to help you guys. And remember to boss your future. All of the information that we're giving you guys is amazing if you implement it. If you're not taking into consideration Gabriel's recommendations, you're not going to have any benefits out of the course. So let me just stop sharing the screen so we can take questions. So just summarizing, guys, for those of you, because I can see that 99% of the team here is from Academy of Entrepreneurs. So if we go, and I can email this to you guys, or we can do it in class. On the Australian Tax Office's website, there is a template that we can download with the Excel spreadsheet. So my recommendation today is the 19th of April. Download the tax office's Excel spreadsheet and start going. The 19th, I spend money on this. On the 20th, I spend. Stop putting it all into an Excel. And every time, guys, that I spend any cent that's linked to our business, I take a photo and then our team files it on the month. Because as Gabriel was showing on his presentation, is the government doesn't audit you, but they can ask you up to 5 years back. Now, anything that you guys use, so transport to get to Academy of Entrepreneurs, because it helps you learn, is tax deductible.
Yeah.
If you do a uniform with your logo, tax deductible. Your mobile, your laptop that you guys use to study at Academy of Entrepreneurs and to run your business. So I know that most of you guys that are logging in today have an ABN, an Australian business number. So as soon as you've got that, everything can be tax deductible. I know students that fly between countries to grow their business and it's tax deductible. So if you fly, if Matusi flies back home to Africa for 5 days and one day he does a business meeting, a percentage will be tax deductible because he needs to be able to show the business cards, a photo, or the meeting invites and the calendar invites and the emails exchanged. But the Australian government, they want you to spend money on your business and they'll give you a percentage of back through the tax so that you can continuously grow the business and activate the economy. So you guys are very lucky because you're studying at Academy of Entrepreneurs and you got this as a tax deductibility, that your international student visa is funded. Okay, so I've got questions here. Melena's saying, thank you, Gabriel. What do you present as a backup to expense? Very good question. So I guess it's Maria Luz. So yes. I'll let Gabriel, and I know the answer, but I'll let Gabriel, the expert, answer.
Let me open the question again. Is what do you present as a backup of your expenses? Oh, yes, invoices, of course, or your bank account. Your bank account is a proof that you spend that money. So more than that, a tax invoice will be more than enough to prove that.
Okay. So my recommendation for you guys is from today, whatever bank you're using, go to your bank and ask them to open another account. It doesn't cost anything in Australia in most banks. Most banks, check with your bank. Most banks. So I, for example, say I'm using an Australian bank. I've got 3 or 4 bank accounts linked to it. And I operate different parts of the business on different cards. I don't have them here, but I've got different credit cards that when I do a project according to that part of the business, so I've got it divided so that when I need to show the government anything, I just double click, I download the statement, and I can know that from the 1st of July to the 30th of June, that bank account has all of the things that I bought and received in money into that bank account. So for example, Vincent is here with us today. Vincent, continue using your bank, but open another one. So everything you spend is spent on that bank account. So then you just download, you turn into an Excel spreadsheet, and you almost don't need to spend time on reporting because everything is already on the cloud and the government has access to your bank account. Everything is integrated and it's so easy. Then you just take photos of the invoices because I'll say you spent $200 on buying a charger and a cover for your laptop. Great. But then the government wants to see, says 200 at Apple. So save a copy of the invoice and put that on the April folder. So that if the government ever asks you, and normally they won't ask you, but if they ever ask you, you've got it all saved and you're not spending any time because you've done it on the spot. Anita has a question. Hi. If I have every now and then some extra hands to run my business, what do I need to ask them as an invoice?
Okay, can you, I have every now? So in other words,
so you're probably working full time and on the side you are running your business. So you just use the template that Gabriel put. And if you're earning less than $75,000, you don't register for GST. So I guess if you're on a student visa and you don't have an ABN in April, most likely you're not going to make $75,000 between now and the end of the financial year, which is the last day in June. So the financial year in Australia is not from January till December. It's from the 1st of July to the last day of June. So then give Gabriel a call and just explain, okay, I'm planning on doing this in my business. Do I register for GST or not? And he'll be able to calculate. We have templates of invoices that you guys can use, and you can put the date, the location, the service, the amount, and you just save that on your computer. I save everything I take photos and I put everything on the cloud so that if my computer or my phone dies, everything is safe.
I say there is no silly question. You must ask, you must have all the answers. Yeah.
And we're here to help you guys because we want you to save your money and get as much as you can money back. So
that's why we are here.
So I can see here, Charmaine that is here, Kendall, Lucia, Juan Pablo, Sophia, all of our capstone students. Guys, if you're working on an ABM, you can claim 100% of Academy of Entrepreneurs. Okay, do I need to ask to have an ABN? Yes, Anita, you need to go into the Australian government's website and register for an ABN. Normally, I've never seen a student paying someone to do it. You go online and you just answer the questions and you can do it yourself for free.
That's right.
Sorry,
I asked us. Yes, who has a question? Anita.
I think I'm not being clear with my question. Yeah. I have business. I'm running a business as an ABN, a cleaning business, and so every now and then I have people working. So people that helps me to run my business, like an extra cleaner or someone, so a driver or some extra people. Wonder what do I need to ask them, because I'm paying everything cash now, so I'm doing everything like with no invoices. But now I wonder if I have to ask them to have an ABN so they can give me an invoice.
So my recommendation is first, don't pay people in cash. Do a bank transfer. So when you're going to report to the government in Australia, we don't like cash. Like we don't use cash for anything. Pay people in money, because you're paying in cash now. If these people don't give you an invoice, first, how do you prove the government that you pay them $500 or $500? And if they decide to not give you an invoice, you might have lost this year $50,000 you could have claimed back on tax. So I know that some people will say, I'll wait for less for cash. But in the end, you end up being stabbed because you can't claim the tax on it.
No. I'm paying through bank transfer, but without invoice.
Oh, cool. Perfect. Okay, that's good. So now you need to ask them for an invoice. The same thing that you give your clients, they have to give you.
Okay.
Especially the ABN, because when you do a tax declaration, we need to do another declaration which calls TPAR. The T part is the contractor declaration. So whatever you paid for someone, you can claim on your tax. It's not it's legal, it's okay, but you need to have that declaration, and that declaration will do based on the invoices and based on the ABN that you paid someone, because someone needs to pay that bill. Okay, you need to understand. If you are not paying for that amount that you earn, someone will be paying that, the people that you are paying for. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now I have to ask them invoice for the past.
Yes.
Everything you asked them for, and it's really good because you pay by the bank, because then the invoice will have the exact same amount of the bank, and then it's super clear. You've got the transparency, and then it's very easy for the government and for you to do your tax return. There's a question here from Julie. Can you send us a template of the invoice? Gabe, are you able to send them? Okay.
Yes, or if they want access to the material that we're gonna post, it will be also available there because have a description.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Do you want to send me a copy of that and I email it to the students, or do you want them to contact you directly?
No, you can send the same material that I sent to you. You can share with them. It will
Okay,
be
cool.
available for everyone.
Perfect. But do you have a template of the invoice, like a Word document that they can download?
I can do that, but I don't have straight away right now. But yes, I can do
send
that
it to
for you.
me. Cool,
Yes.
perfect. And then once I've got it ready, I'll send it over to everyone else. Cool.
Perfect.
Any other questions? Mr. Vincent, Kendall, Charmaine, Eddie, Juan Paulo.
Hey there.
Hello, guys. Any questions?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
So this is my second time in Australia. I used to study here before the pandemic, and I used to work with my ABN. So my first question would be, it doesn't have an expiry date, right? Because I haven't used it since 2018, 2019 or so.
Okay, so when we need to access your information, we need to open your information in the ATO, Australian Taxation Office. We need to have a look on that. I can't tell you right now because all that information we need to access before give you some information, if you should or not.
I think you go in the ABN website and you go ABN lookup, and it's like a Google search, and you put the number in your name, and if it's still active, it will show up there. I normally do it through Google, but if not, you just ask Gabriel to help you.
Too easy.
Usually, you do have your obligation. Probably you still need to declare. Even if you don't make any income, you need to declare. So you're not going to pay any tax.
For the 2 years you were away, you might have some things to submit, and you just send them a document saying, proof that I was overseas, I didn't have any income, so I have no tax to pay. So it's good. It's very important, Juan Pablo, that you speak to Gabriel, because the fact that you haven't reported for 2 years makes you non-compliant, which you're not going to get in trouble, but in the future could cause trouble. So for now, just contact them straight away to make sure you're doing the right thing, because the Australian government is very fair and very easy, and they're very forgiving if you're an honest person. So just fix it as soon as possible.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you for that. Yeah, because it was because of the pandemic, and then I had some jobs, but I was working for companies, so I didn't use my ABN, right?
Good. Just work with Gabriel and he can help you. Sure.
And then, so if I want to, so I have to have a business running in order for me to use this course, for instance, or any transportation that I've done related with the course.
Have an income, because it's going to be deducted. So say you earn $10,000 and you spend $2,000 on the laptop, then it will get deducted out of that. But if you don't have an income coming from ABM, you've got nothing to deduct.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
So a lot of the students are working part-time in a company, and then they're working on an ABN. Some students are just working on an ABN, and some students are working for a boss through the ABN because it's more beneficial, so they can claim because they're working from home, the computers and so forth. So you have to earn through your ABN to deduct. So if you're earning on the pay slip as an employee, then there are tax benefits, but it's nothing that we spoke about today. You also get lots of benefits, but then we can do another session just on that. You will be able to claim things as well, but we need to do another session because we're just running over time. So I'll answer here one more question. So Julie has asked, with the donation, is it only for Australia or outside countries like the Philippines?
Only for charity register. So you need to be a charity registered in Australia, and we need to have that number. We also access to the ABR website that you just mentioned, ABN Lookup. We can access all the charities that are registered. Otherwise, we will not be acceptable as a donation.
Julie, if you go to Mass and you tap your card and you leave $10, that's tax deductible. And if you pay that with your cards that you use for your business, it's even easier for us to show the claim. Now, if you're sending money back to the Philippines for your family and friends that they can donate to the local church, it's impossible because it's not an Australian charity. Cool, guys. Awesome. Thank you so much for those of you guys that asked us for this webinar. Thank you, Gabriel, for putting together this very, very, very good and clear presentation.
My pleasure.
Session is recorded. So if you guys want to keep a copy of the recording, if you guys want a copy of the slides, just let us know. Let us know also what else we can do for you guys. In the case of Juan Pablo, if you need tax advice on your personal tax because you're receiving on a pay slip, we can organize another session, or you guys can speak directly to Gabriel. Big hugs, and I'll see you guys soon. Any final words, Gabriel?
Thank you for the opportunity. I'm really glad to speak for everyone. So maybe we can do more sections and have more.
Let's try to do them once a month, because now, guys, as we're getting closer to the tax financial year, as we know, it finishes on the 30th of June. So right now is the time, and try to find all of the invoices that you haven't taken a photo, start filing them. So my suggestion is have an Excel spreadsheet with everything, have a separate bank account, which is normally free. So you tap two different cards, and everything you do, take a photo and save it on your computer or a folder that you call 2023, January, February, March, April, May. So it's as clear as possible. If this is not clear enough in class, we can do it with you guys. Cool.
Thank you, everyone.
Big hug. Thanks, Gabriel. Thanks, Vads, for organizing this. Thank you, everyone, for participating. See you guys. Bye-bye. See you next time. See you. Bye.
Bye.